I was just telling everybody why you're my favorite person to talk.
Oh my goodness. Well, tell me so I can make sure to do exactly what you want.
No, it's not even that. It's the fact that you chose to be here. You, like many of us, I know I was a nurse and I chose network marketing as my career. And you also, obviously not a nurse, you have the law background, but
Mhm.
you chose Lavelle as a company. So
I
I
did.
think that one of my favorite things, well, there's a lot of things that I really enjoy about you. You're a great person, but that I love being able for you to pour into our tribe a little bit is because just like us, you chose this company, you chose this product, you believed in this. And I think that speaks volume over somebody that just is used to the network marketing career because you didn't have that background. And so that's probably one of my favorite things. I have others, but out of like the number one, that one's it. And so I'm going to kind of just pass it to you. I had the pleasure of hearing you speak last Monday when I was in Miami, and you talked a lot about, I took notes. You talk a lot about how leaders build leaders. You talked a
Yeah.
lot about don't get complacent. You talked a lot about the bones and the foundation of your business. And I would really love, as it's month end, and not only just month end, but going into the last 2 months of the year, if you could just kind of love on us and pour in a little bit around that, unless you had something else you wanted to pour in, because I feel like you do your
No,
thing.
no, that's wonderful. Let's have a little love in here. So no, that I like those topics you just hit are near and dear to my heart, certainly. So leadership, I think, is a really good one. And one thing that you see with a lot of people when you talk about leadership is that most people are talking about someone else when they're talking about leadership. And so let's specifically talk about this awesome team and organization here. So Lindsay, as you all know, is a great leader, and she has had a tremendous success in this company, and she is going to continue to have tremendous success. I know that. But Lindsay is not the leader that is going to allow you, and I'm speaking to each and every one of you, to have success. And what do I mean by that? That's not me putting down Lindsay, right? Just in the same way that M was not the reason that Lindsay has had great success. She might have shown her the path in the same way that Lindsay does. She might have shown her some of the what things to do, right? But at the end of the day, this is the simplest truth on planet Earth. There is only one individual in the world who can ensure that you have the success that you want, who can ensure that you reach the goals that you set for yourself. And dang it, you need to have written down goals, because if you don't know where you're going, how do you get there? There is only one person on this entire planet, who can ensure that you look back a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 30 years from now, 50 years from now, who knows, with science as it is, 100 years from now, we all might live to be 150, who knows? But there's only one person who can ensure that you look back and you don't have regrets, but you look back and you say, dang it, I had an amazing life, X, Y, and Z, and Lavelle certainly shouldn't be the only piece of your life. That's not what I'm saying. But when we are talking about Lavelle, I want you all to look back at the end of 2020. I want you to look back at the end of 2021. I want you to look back at the end of 2025, 2030, so on, and say to yourself, I did everything I possibly could to have the success that I wanted. And so leadership, what that means is every single person on this Zoom, and I don't know if there's any newbies, like brand new people on this Zoom. I'm sure there's some people who are relatively new. There's folks who have been here for a while. I don't care how long you've been here. I don't care how much success you've had in this company. You are a leader, 100%. And if you don't view yourself as such right here, right now, after we get off this Zoom, you need to take a step back. You need to take a look in the mirror, and you need to say to yourself, whatever your name is, right? And say, I'm Drew. Say, Drew, you are a leader. And it's not just lip service. It actually means something. And the reason it means something, again, is because I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to beat a dead horse. There is only one person on this planet who can ensure that you reach the level you want to reach. Now, that is not to say, you all, that we are all out here on an island by ourselves. One of the things, Lindsay talked about why I chose this company. One of the things that is so amazing to me, it was amazing to me from day one, and it becomes more amazing and more powerful all the time, is the unbelievable community that exists within this company and within this movement. So me saying you are the only leader who can get you there is not saying you don't have support. It's not saying you aren't going to have people who are going to lift you up. It's not saying you aren't going to have people that you can learn from and lean on. All of those things exist in spades in this company. It's one of the things that make it so amazing. But at the end of the day, if the path is laid before you, it is black and white, crystal clear, the easiest thing in the world. And nothing's easy, right? Success isn't easy, right? But my point is, if the path is laid before you and you have great leaders like Lindsay, great other leaders on this team, great individuals who you trust and who believe in you and who you believe in, and you guys have systems that you know how to work, you have a company that, in my opinion, is the best company on planet Earth for providing people the vehicle to have great success. And that's not me tooting my own horn, okay? That's just, this company existed before I was here. That's just me saying that every goal, every second of every day, our goal is to provide you all with the opportunity to excel. But even if all of those things, we have the products that I can assure you, because one thing I may not have been in network marketing before, one thing I have done is studied health and wellness products my entire life, that we can have the simplest, most effective, most powerful products on planet Earth, which we do. We can have an unbelievable compensation plan and opportunity that allows people to change their life in a way that so many people have. We can have this incredible community. But again, underline, exclamation point, arrows, everything pointing to one word: you, right? It has to be you. And so when you think about leadership and you think about leaders, that doesn't mean there aren't people to learn from. That doesn't mean there aren't people to look up to. That doesn't mean there aren't people to emulate on some level. But at the end of the day, you have to be that person who others should be emulating, or that means you're not doing what you need to do to have great success. It is fun. It is amazing to be a part of this company. But let's be honest, you all, anything on planet Earth that is worth doing takes hard work, right? It does. And not only does it take hard work, because hard work is not enough. It takes smart work, right? It takes being smart. So you could spend 18 hours a day spinning your wheels, getting nothing accomplished, getting nothing done, not know what your plan is, not know what path to take, but you're just going, but you're not going to get anywhere, right? But if you have that work ethic, you have that why that drives you, even when things get challenging, right? So you have whatever it is. I'm sure for Lindsay, in many ways, it's her wonderful husband and her new sweet baby. For me, it's my 3 babies and my wife. It's not always family for everybody, but it should be something that is emotional in nature, not the only exclusive why, but there should be something that when things get hard, because again, anything on this planet worth doing, anything that is truly meaningful and rewarding takes effort. And so when something takes effort, that means there's going to be challenges. That means there's going to be obstacles. What do you do when those challenges, when those obstacles present themselves? Do you quit? Do you say, that's too much, I'm not going to do it? I hope not. And if you have a powerful why, then you won't. That doesn't mean every day is going to be perfect. That doesn't mean you're going to be an A+ every day, because nobody on this planet is, right? We're emotional beings and we have ups and downs. That's okay. That's all part of it. But if you have that why, you're going to keep moving forward. You're going to keep that consistent daily action and have that success. So all that tied together, all of these things that are here for you, right? You've got a great leader. You have, in my opinion, an unbelievable company with unbelievable products, opportunity, and community. It's here for you all, but you have to do it. And let's talk a little bit about how you do it, because I talked about working hard. That's part of it, right? It's not going to be easy. You can't work 5 minutes a day, 1 day a week, and expect to be a 200K or a millionaire award recipient. It doesn't happen. It also doesn't mean you have to work 24/7, and you shouldn't, right? You've got to have other. in your life. But so that why is so important. And I would say, if you can't articulate right now when I say why, what your why is, then you need to think about it. And even if you can, if it's not something, if one of your whys, because many people have 2 or 3 whys, and that's completely fine. If one of your whys doesn't have some emotion tied to it, then I would step back and I would say to myself, I need to find something else. So if it's just having an awesome car, that's great. If it's just having a new home, that's wonderful. If it's just looking better, that's wonderful. But those are all kind of things, right? Those are all things that we want and things that can be a little transitory as well. But at the end of the day, what those emotional pieces, for me, again, it's my 3 little babes and my wife, though that's the emotional piece, that when things get tough and when I am presented with obstacles, I don't quit. I don't stop. I say, you know what? My 3 kids deserve every opportunity on this planet, right? Every single one. And if I don't push through this obstacle, if I don't overcome this challenge, no matter how difficult it is, then you know what? I'm not doing what I should do for my why. So we've got to have that why. We have to have goals. And goals, you all, cannot be, I want to be a millionaire award recipient. That's a great goal. Don't get me wrong, but that can't be the only, you don't have a piece of paper and you just write down millionaire award recipient and that's your only goal. How are you going to get there? Right? You don't say, I want to climb Mount Everest. That's a great goal, but without having interim goals, interim steps. I can't go to base camp in Mount Everest tomorrow after never having climbed a mountain in my life and expect to be able to climb the tallest peak in the world. So goals, you all, they have to be something you can see. They have to be short, midterm, and long-term. They have to be out there, right? You want to push really far, but you've got to have steps to get there. Because if you put it too far out there, things don't come easy. So if you put it too far out there, then you're going to be discouraged and say, oh my gosh, I have 200K on there, but I've been here for 18 months and I haven't hit it. Well, most people don't hit 200K in 18 months. That's just a fact. Some do, right? But others don't. And if you don't have on there, this is how I'm going to, and this are my other goals, right? So you have interim goals and then steps to get to those goals, right? What does it mean? You can't just say, I want to hit 200K. Okay. How do I get there? Consistent daily action. Consistent daily action. And that's something that, again, is just a mindset. Even when you don't have a lot of time, even when you can't, even many of you have full-time jobs outside of this, that's okay. No one is saying you have to work 18 hours a day at this to be successful. You don't, but you do have to work it, and you do have to work it consistently and daily. It can't be a 1 day a week for 30 minutes a day, and then 3 months later, you're like, why haven't I had great success? Because that's not the way it happens, right? I was a professional soccer player for 6 years in Europe, and I can tell you that I couldn't just train 1 day a week and think I could go out there and be a great player, right? I had to work my butt off. I had to train, but I also had to train smart. So we've got the why, we've got goals, and then we've got that consistent action. And how do you keep yourself accountable for that consistent daily action? One is these, right? Having a team, having individuals who will hold you accountable. Accountability partners are great things, and it can be multiple partners, but having at least one where you're really kind of like, oh, I'm not really feeling it today. Well, your accountability partner says, I don't care. Get it done. Get it done. And so then it's systems from there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is a very, very simple one. For some people, it shouldn't be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It should be 25, 20, 15, 10, and 5 if you have the time to do it, right? But the point is, there has to be something you're holding yourself accountable for each day. And I'm sure this team has other systems that you all talk about and that you guys utilize, and that's wonderful, but you've got to do it. You can't just say, oh, I'm not going to be able to do it today. You've got to do it. When you've got that to-do list, you've got those systems and those processes in place, you've got to do them, right? So you got to do them on the daily. And so you wrap all of those things together, and then you take, again, what I believe to be an unbelievably powerful vehicle that is Lavelle. These products that have changed literally millions of people's lives and are going to change millions and millions more. right? A company that is going to be here well past me being on this planet. And that is an absolute 100% rock solid guarantee because of what we do from a product perspective, from an opportunity perspective, and a community perspective. So you take those products and you take the fact that we spend millions and millions and millions of dollars on research and development. And you know what? We've spent millions of dollars on products you all are never going to see because they weren't good enough, right? And we're not just going to release a product that's a B plus because we spent all this money and dang it, how can we spend all this money without doing it? No, if the product isn't a great product, it's never seeing the light of day. So you take those products, you take the simple system, and simplicity is so important. Simple and effective, my gosh, those two things are so powerful, and sometimes we lose sight of that. And then you take the opportunity, right? And the opportunity are so many things. The opportunity for someone to have success early through the VIP bonuses, the opportunity for all the different things that you all can do, and just the weekly stuff. I mean, if you can find another company on this planet that runs as many dang promotions as we do, it's not possible, right? And those shouldn't be the focus. It shouldn't be a waiting for a promotion. It should be consistently growing. But when those promotions come, wow, that's icing on the cake. So you've got the products, you've got that opportunity, and then you've got this community. And I have been a part of many, many impressive large organizations, lots of different kinds. Been a part of big law firms, professional soccer teams, all kinds of different industries, and been part of really cool and impressive cultures. I have never been around so many incredible, positive, supportive, focused people. Does that mean every thriver is perfect and should be your best friend? No, it doesn't mean. But what it does mean is that you all are on this Zoom because you all have each other's back, because you all want to have your own success. But beyond that, you also want everyone else to have success, right? And so coming full circle, you mentioned something that I said before about what great leaders do. So first of all, great leaders recognize that they are a leader. And again, I don't care if you've been here for a week or 17 years. The company hasn't been around for 17 years, so you'd be lying if you said that. But I don't care how long you've been here, right? You are a leader. And if you don't view yourself that, shake yourself, throw a little water on your face, look yourself in the mirror and say, dang it, I am a leader. And what that means is I'm going to do the things that others are going to want to emulate to have success as well, right? That's what a leader does. They lead from the front. They do the things that are necessary to have success. And then another thing, which we're doing here, right, is leaders cultivate other leaders. And that's one of the very coolest things, not just about Lavelle, but about this industry in general, right, is that this is one industry where you can have success. I believe we have the best vehicle, but the industry allows you to have success and to bring others with you, right? And that is so amazing. And so the greatest leaders, they don't want to be on top all by themselves and everybody else kind of just looking for little bits and pieces here. No, the great leaders bring everybody up with them. But again, you can't expect someone else to pull you across the finish line. You have to be willing to do the work yourself. So look at that sweet little babe. I mean, again, leadership, you all have it in spades in this organization, but I'm going to say it for the 19th time, and there's probably going to be a 20th. You are the only leader. You, everybody who's listening to me, are the only individual, the only person, the only leader who can take all of these things that are here for you and turn them into the success that you want. And I have absolute, complete faith in each and every one of you. Many of you whom I haven't met, but you're on this Zoom on Monday night. You're part of this company. I know that you want this because you wouldn't be here, right? You'd have another reason. There's a really great show on TV right now. I'm sure that you could, I don't really watch TV, but I'm sure there is, right? You could be doing something else, but you're here because you want it for yourself. And that's wonderful. We want it for you too. And we're going to do everything on our end to give you the opportunity, to give you the vehicle to have that success, but we can't drag you across the finish line. So summing all that up, what are we going to do? We're going to leave this Zoom. We're going to focus on each and every day. What can I do today to move forward understanding you don't go from 0 to 200K in a day. It doesn't happen, and that's okay. Also understanding there's going to be some of this, right? That is true about any entrepreneurial venture on planet Earth. And this, in terms of sales, guys, doesn't mean you're not actually growing. It may mean that number, but if you're doing those consistent things, there's going to be ups and downs. But I promise you, if you stay consistent and you stay focused and you keep your eye on the prize, even on those times when it doesn't feel like your business is growing, that doesn't mean you're not growing. And that doesn't mean you're not planting the seeds for future growth. So 2020 has been an unbelievable year for this company. It's been an unbelievable year for this organization. What are each of you going to do to make sure 2020 ends exactly the way you want it to? And what a weird, crazy year, and how awesome it is that we can talk about success during this time. And I don't say this lightly when most other people are really struggling, right? From a job perspective. And there may be some people on here, right, who have lost jobs, been furloughed. And again, this isn't easy. This isn't guaranteed. This isn't anything. But the fact that the company's had so much success, which means so many individuals have had success, and that's what we care about, right? But so what are you going to do to not only finish 2020 strong, but more importantly, proactively plant the seeds to ensure that 2021 is the best year you've ever had? What are you going to do? And it's not reinventing the wheel. It's not saying, oh, I've got to change everything. It's just committing to taking that daily consistent action. It's just committing to doing the fundamental things. It's just committing to understanding there's going to be ups and downs and obstacles, but you're going to push through them, and you're going to continue to move forward each and every day, even if it's not always like this. And you're not going to get so discouraged. It's okay. Everybody wants it to be like this, right? But life isn't that way. And it's okay to get a little discouraged when this happens. That's okay. But not quitting, not saying, I'm just not going to do it anymore. No, continue to plant the seeds, continue to put in the work, and good things will happen. So I don't know if I covered what you wanted me to, but dang it, I was just feeling it.
Beyond me, I have like 4 pages of notes. It's fine. If y'all were not taking notes, I'll take pictures and share mine because I have lots and lots of notes, but y'all should have been taking notes. But I know you have to run, so I am not, just so y'all know, this Zoom is not done. I have lots that I want to end the month with, but I
love it.
I have lots that I want to say, but all that I can think is just thank you. Thank you for taking the time in your busy schedule to come and pour into us and love on us and just kind of help us with ending the month, but more importantly, starting a brand new month.
Love it.
And then not only that, ending a year strong and starting the next year even stronger.
Boom.
So thank you so much. I know you have to run, and just know that we appreciate you more than words can even say. So
yeah. Well, I appreciate all you as well. Thank you for having me on. I would love to do this again sometime, and it'll be really, really fun, just like it was this time. Have a great night, you all.
Bye. Have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
How freaking amazing was that, y'all? So I think that we need to just throw in the chat right now an I am a leader. Can we do that real quick? Can we just say our I am for the night, that I am a leader? I knew that this was the topic I wanted Drew to talk about. Look at all those. Yes, you are. When I heard him talk last Monday, because he said a lot of things, but the thing that stuck with me was the leadership aspect. Something and I'll get vulnerable. You all know I'm vulnerable with you. You guys know I share all sorts of things. I have struggled personally lately with my worthiness as a leader. Okay. And when Drew said, and he said, everybody is a leader, it doesn't matter where you are, it stuck to me that since I joined this business, the one thing I have always said consistently is the day you hit that promoter button, you're a leader, because you need to lead yourself. You need to be your biggest runner. If you are not telling yourself that you're a leader, or you're saying, I only have one person, honey, you have one person, but more than that, you have yourself. I don't care if you have 0 people active on your team and just you, or 500 people on your team. You are leading yourself. What you do will determine what your team does. If you're not even willing to do the steps for you and your business, how are you going to expect a team to grow? But more importantly, how do you expect a team to flourish? For me, I know that if I want our team to grow and I want more success, and y'all, I'm hungry for success. I don't know about y'all, but this is just, we haven't even scratched the surface of what's available. I was talking to, I was texting Paul the other day on my drive home from Miami, and I was saying, like, he was like, we haven't even gotten started. And I was like, isn't it crazy that I feel like even as a 200K, I haven't scratched the surface? And he goes, you haven't. And I was like, you're so right. Like, we haven't. If you think you've arrived, you haven't. Like, I'm just here to tell you, there's so much more to happen. There's so much more that this company is doing. You heard from Drew himself. You heard from him himself. We have tons of products that we will never see because they aren't up to our standard. They are constantly creating new products. If it is not up to the Lavelle standard, we are not seeing it. So you think that every now and then we have a launch. No, in the factories, like building and warehouse, wherever they put those things, they are constantly growing. Are you growing? Or are you just waiting for a product to be good enough for then you to decide that your business is good enough to work? What you do behind the scenes is what's going to grow you to when they launch something or a promo or whatever it may be. You're not even like, oh, shoot, I got to get to work, because you're like, oh, I got this. I don't say it because, well, I might be cocky at this point, but I don't say it because I'm cocky, right? I know if there's a leaderboard, I'm going to earn it. I know if there's a leaderboard, my name is going to be on it. And not only that, in the top 10. When the car leaderboard launched, I didn't even keep watching it because I literally told my mom and Rob, and I said, I'm going to end in the top 10. And they were like, that's, do you know what you have to do to get there? And I said, work my business. I had no idea how you earned PPA points. I literally had to ask support like 3 times what the numbers were because I had no idea. But the point of it was, I didn't care because I worked my business. I knew if I worked my business, it would happen. If you work your business on the times when you aren't expecting a bonus, if you work your business on the times when you aren't expecting a car, or you aren't expecting to be on a leaderboard, or you aren't expecting recognition, your success happens well before recognition happens. Do you guys think that now, because we have CEOs and presidents of our company, and I'm in a magazine and I want to call, that I've arrived or that I'm successful now? Y'all, I have not arrived. None of us have arrived. But most importantly, the recognition doesn't make you successful. If you're waiting for a leaderboard to earn it and be like, now I can work my business because I'm on a leaderboard, or, oh, I earned a promo. Our promo's amazing. Yes. But I said this on the Saturday training. I said, are you here for a one-time bonus or a one-time promo, or are you here to turn your business into that bonus? We have in our hands a bonus business. Residual income, and to me, I don't care, residual income, weekly pay, whatever you want to call it, to me, it's a bonus business. Why? Because the residual income you're building every single week, that to me is worth so much more than a one-time bonus payout. This bonus, this community, everything we have our hands on, y'all. If you are just showing up to Zooms, writing down notes, putting your notepad away, and then being like, all right, on to the next one. See you guys next Monday. See you next Wednesday. What are you doing on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Heck, what are you doing all day Monday and Wednesday? You have to do the steps. You have to do the work. We have simple steps and simple and effective. Literally wrote it down like 7 times. When I say I have so many notes, y'all, when he talks, I just write. I don't know why. He just talks and I just start writing every single time. But this is your vehicle. You just have to decide. The number one question I get asked all the time is, what's your secret? How'd you do it? Y'all, there is no secret. Everything I do, everything Em does, everything Katie does, everything Ariel does, everything Christina does, everything everybody does, we show you. You just have to apply it. You just have to do it. Is it going to happen overnight? Absolutely not. 100% not. It didn't happen for me overnight. Y'all, you're looking at 7+ years. I don't do math. I'm 27. I started when I was 19. Are we at 8 years yet? Maybe, I don't know. Y'all know math and me, I'm not good at this. I don't know. We're somewhere in the number realm, but that's a lot of freaking years. I have been branding myself. Our company brands our products. Our company brands our company. Who's branding you? Who's doing the work for you? Anybody can buy Thrive. Anybody can join Lavelle. Why are they joining you? Why are they joining our tribe? What makes you, you? And y'all, it wouldn't be a Lynn's training, 8 years, thanks Jess. It wouldn't, wow, I'm getting old. But it wouldn't be a Lynn's training if I didn't say your fives list literally is your brand. If you can't brand your fives list, how are you supposed to brand a company? Work on branding you, grow you. The company, they pay, you heard him out of his own mouth. They pay millions of dollars to work on that. Y'all, work on you. Work on your brand. We have a week left in this month. If y'all think miracles haven't happened in less time, you're wrong. And I normally don't tell people they're wrong, but I'm straight up gonna just say you're wrong. Love ya, but you have a week. How you end a month is how you start a month. How you start next month and how you run through it is how you're gonna start December. How you end December is how you're gonna start 2021. If your business was the exact same today as it is for 2021, are you happy with your business? I can tell you, y'all think I'm successful, but I can tell you right now, I need to get to work. Because if 2021 looks like my today, I am not doing enough for my brand. I am not doing enough for you guys. Seriously. Y'all, I read the comments. Y'all are so nice calling me successful and stuff, but y'all, that doesn't mean anything to me because I need you guys here. I'm not just doing this for me. If I was, I wouldn't be hosting Zooms. Let's be real. If I was doing this for me, if I was my skin was in the game at this point just for me, I wouldn't be spending time on Zooms. I wouldn't be spending time on content. I wouldn't be away from my baby and my husband. That means nothing. So as much as you say, oh, you're successful. Oh, the comments of, oh, I want to be like you. Y'all, do not be like me. Be my friend. Let's do this together. You don't have to be me. You don't have to be Em. You don't have to be Katie. I think I saw Britt comment. You don't have to be Britt. You don't have to be us. You just have to link arms with us long enough to learn that you are more important than wanting to be anybody else. And I'm sorry if I'm yelling at y'all, but the passion, it's through me right now, okay? You need to hear this. We have 2 months left in the year. How you end this year is how you're going to start 2021. Y'all know that I always say how residual income is built and how you're like, okay, so 30, 60, 90 days. All right, well, there's 60 days left in this year. The 90-day mark will be in January. That's a whole nother year. Are you willing to grow and bust your butt for the next 90 days to make sure that 2021 doesn't look like 2020 for you? Or maybe you had a great 2020. I can't complain, right? But I busted my butt every single day. I'm not lucky. I work. There's a difference. Every single one of us can do this. I'm no one special, y'all. I didn't have friends in high school. I was severely overweight. People didn't like me. I was not a good person then. I had to learn how to grow myself. I grew myself. I worked on myself. I built myself so we could build other people. This is your time. That glow up is not just on the outside. The outside doesn't matter. The inside glow up is where it's at. Behind the scenes is where it's built. Behind the scenes, ear to ear, what's in there, what you're telling yourself, what you're preaching to yourself, what you're allowing yourself to believe. That is where the glow up happens. Ask yourself, when was the last time I saw everybody write, I am a leader, but legitimately, when is the last time you told yourself, this is my business. I am the leader. Let's run. and ran for yourself, not waiting for somebody else on your team to want to re-rank, not waiting for this, not waiting for that, but legitimately ran because you knew what you wanted. It's not selfish. It's called owning a business. You aren't selfish if you have a team and they're not showing up with you. And then you decide to keep working, or you decide to win. Y'all, either they're going to pack their bags and hitch a ride and link arms with you and go, or you'll catch them at like the holiday. I don't know. There are different types of people in this business, and I want you to ask yourself who you are in this business. There are people that wait for promos to come around, and then they get real excited and they're very, very happy and they work their business. There's people that only work their business when they feel recognized, which we all love a good recognition. Don't get me wrong. I love when Em makes posts about me. I'm like, thank you. Like, okay, use a cute picture. Here's one with Rylan. Like, I'm human. Who doesn't like recognition? But my business isn't built off of that. My business isn't built off of promos. And then there's people who work from the 1st to the 30th/31st. Not stopping at the 15th and being like, oh, my numbers are okay, or oh, my numbers are awful. Y'all, it's the 26th, and if you tell me that you're not on track, I'm going to say it's the 26th. If you tell me that, I literally had this conversation with a couple people today, and they're like, there's no way I'm going to re-rank. And I'm like, it's the 26th. What calendar are you on, babe? Because there are 5 days left? Y'all know math is hard. But there are days left. I know that much. There are days left. And if you want to call it a miracle, if you want to call it a Hail Mary, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to say if you work for it, it's going to happen. But more importantly, get off of your brakes. You know what it's like to quit. I guarantee you, because I do. What is it like to keep going? Ask yourself. If you know what it's like to quit and you're tired of that feeling, stop quitting. The only person who's quitting is you. I'm not going anywhere. I can promise you, I do not commit to a lot of things. Ask my husband. It was a very struggle for me to be like, yes, commitment, yes. I got hives, y'all, and I love him to death, but commitment makes me nervous. But I can tell you, I wholeheartedly have never second guessed me committing and putting my name forever behind this company. I didn't get hives. I didn't break out in a sweat, nothing. Y'all know, if you've been on this tribe for a little bit, my story for February of 2019. I had my resignation letter ready to go. I was ready to quit on myself. Then Rob was like, okay, we're not doing that. Kind of like talked me off the ledge a little. I think it was pregnancy hormones. I don't know. We don't really talk about that time. But he talked me off the ledge, okay? March 1st, I recommitted to myself, and I haven't stopped running since. March 1st of 2019, I made my very first IPA chat with me, and I think there was, 5 of us in there? 5. And I was supposed to be an 80K, and I had 5 people that were active on my team. I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear that no one's answering you back. I've held Zooms where literally the only person who hopped on was Christina Tammy. It was her and I. I was like, luckily you love me because I got stuff to preach to you. You know what I mean? I don't care if you're on there alone. Hit that record button and upload it to your YouTube. I do not care, because if it's on your heart and you want to share it and it's a training, you're a leader, you need to get it out, you do it. And I'm going to end it with one thing because I feel like I have gone on for a little bit longer than I needed to. And I do know it's month end. I do know y'all are running for GO, and I want to see all of those promotions, okay? But I want to end it with basically what I said earlier of the quitting. I can tell you the worst mistake I would have made in my entire life would have been to send that resignation letter. Not just to the company, and I'm not just talking money-wise, but I'm talking about for me. Okay? And I'm talking to you right now, the person who feels defeated, the person who feels like this isn't for her, the person who has talked herself out of whatever it may be. Stop it. Stop. Because in a year from now, and I want you to commit. I know it still gives me hives, it's fine. But I want you to commit. I'm all ass married and I'm like commitment, you know, but it's fine. It's legal, so that's done. But legit, I want you to commit to you. The best commitment you will ever make in your life is to yourself. Commit to not allowing people to tell you who you are. Commit to not allowing people to stop you from dreaming because your dreams are different than theirs. Commit to stop keeping up with the Joneses. Okay? And then commit to running. I want every single person to hit all of their goals, whether it's thriving for free, 4K, 12K, 6 figures, 3 figures. I don't give two balonies if it's just literally thriving for free. That is my goal for you then. Okay? Set your goals, and something that Drew said, and then I promise I will end it. I always say this and I keep going, right? Like, it's fine. Set your goals. Make them realistic. Have some scary ones. Y'all, in May, when I made my dream board, I put on that I was going to get a cash, like I was going to pay cash for a car. I didn't say I was going to pay cash for a car, but I just said free cash paid car. Just that. The leaderboard thing wasn't even available, and I forgot about it until I came home from Miami after I had won the car, and I was looking at my dream board to look, because I have some of my leaders' dreams on there. I have baby henning on there, you know, stuff like that. Things that are super important and that I need to speak to the world. And I go, holy fuck. I was like, babe, read this. Y'all can talk yourself into a whole new life if you believe it. I want I ams every single morning. And most importantly, I want that gratitude. I put it on my IPA list every single day. And if it's not something you do before your little head hits that pillow, then I'm going to need you to lift your head up a little bit and write some out. 3 I ams, one of them being I am a leader. I don't care if you have to write it on your mirror, your window, a sticky note on your forehead. Until you believe that you're a leader, until you lead yourself, you cannot expect other people to run with you. You have to arrive at your rank before you physically fill a tracker. Okay? So I love y'all. It's month end. Let's end it strong. Run into November, because I just have a feeling about November. And if you know me and my feelings, I get like tingly and I'm like, this is it. I feel like November is going to be probably one of our largest months this year. And every time I've said that before a month, it's happened. So, and I don't just say it lightly. And I know dreams are happening. Holidays are being paid in cash. Things are happening for you guys. Okay? I'll see you guys next Monday. I love you.